over 60 years, Kirby Morgan has revolutionized commercial diving. From masks to helmets and everything in between. Dive into history with us as we step into the Dive Locker. (1976) KMB-18. The Kirby Morgan BandMask 18, originally released as the Helios 18 in 1976, was an evolution of the company's earlier BandMask designs. While the Helios 18 retained a similar BandMask design, it introduced several key improvements. The Helios 18 was engineered to be nearly neutrally buoyant, improving underwater balance and comfort and reinforcing its role as a more refined and capable working mask for professional divers. Like the Super Light 17, the Helios 18 was offered in two configurations. The Model 18A used a down-the-front umbilical connection, and the Model 18B routed the umbilical over the diver's shoulder. The hood retention bands were changed from brass to stainless steel for greater durability, and the faceport was made of Lexan instead of standard plastic to improve strength and impact resistance. But its development took place during a much larger and more demanding period for the company. Its story began during the development of the Super Light 17 helmet. Designing a new commercial diving helmet required significant time, resources, and money. Therefore, Kirby and Morgan decided to manufacture a new BandMask using hand-laid fiberglass, similar to their original designs, rather than the injection-molded ABS plastic used for the KMB-10s by U.S. divers. For Kirby and Morgan, the Helios 18 project was more than a new product. It was a financial lifeline. The Helios 18 emerged as a way to keep the company moving forward while work on the Super Light 17 continued. Unlike the SL-17, which was still an uncertain gamble, the BandMask was a proven concept that Kirby and Morgan knew divers would embrace. But bringing it to market required a tremendous commitment. To finance the project, Morgan mortgaged his house to raise the capital needed to continue developing new products and keep the company moving forward. Morgan asked Kirby to do the same, but Kirby had no equity in his home and could not contribute financially. As a result, Morgan shouldered nearly the entire financial burden himself. It was a pivotal moment in the company's history, which mainly relied on the success of the Helios 18. If it failed, Morgan risked losing his home and everything he had worked for. Fortunately, divers responded well to the Helios 18. The BandMask began gaining traction across the commercial diving industry. Yet even as sales increased, new challenges emerged. Like the Super Light 17, the Helios 18 relied on regulators supplied by U.S. divers. However, as Kirby Morgan products grew more successful, U.S. divers increasingly viewed the company as a competitor. By 1976, U.S. divers had stopped supplying regulators to Kirby Morgan altogether. The solution was to design and manufacture their own regulators. Those regulators would go on to be used in both the Helios 18 and the Super Light helmets. Around the same time, the Helios 18 underwent its first name change. Many divers assumed the term Helios meant the mask was intended exclusively for mixed gas diving. However, it performed well in both mixed gas and air diving. To better reflect its versatility, the company renamed the mask the DSI-18. The DSI-18 went on to see widespread use across demanding environments. It supported more than 3 years of kelp forest monitoring at Channel Islands National Park in California. It was also adopted by multiple law enforcement agencies for dive rescue operations. It was selected as life support equipment for a 1,600-foot dive conducted by the University of Pennsylvania and saw extensive use in offshore oil field operations worldwide, including at Subsea International and Oceaneering International. The risk had paid off. What began as a financial necessity became one of the most successful BandMasks in the diving industry. The DSI-18 secured the company's future and laid the foundation for decades of innovation. In 1988, Morgan purchased the commercial diving division of U.S. divers and regained the Kirby Morgan name. From that point forward, the DSi-18 became the KMB-18. The KMB-18 was more than just another product. It was the mask that helped carry the company through one of the most uncertain periods in its history and played a critical role in shaping Kirby Morgan's future. This concludes this episode of the Diving into the Kirby Morgan Archives. Stay tuned for the next episode of The Dive Locker.